There we go. Brilliant. Okay. Welcome, everybody. Happy Thursday. It's wonderful to see you all here.
Speaker view.
Perfect. All
How
right.
do I get rid of my picture on there, Jill?
Who was?
That was Diane.
Oh,
I'm
hi,
in the
Diane.
corner.
Yeah, hello.
So you can
Yeah.
look at me, but nobody else. Do I do gallery or what?
Yeah, most Maureen puts me on spotlight so that everyone kind of only sees me.
Oh, okay.
And I'm the only one that can see you. And if you're not comfortable with your video being on, there should be a video button on your screen. If you're on a computer, it's usually in the bottom left. And I think if you're on an iPad, it's along the top, maybe the upper right.
Oh, you don't want to stare at me all day, do you?
So I can see everybody, which helps me make sure everybody is exercising safely. But some people prefer not to have their video. It's really up to you and what you're comfortable with.
So is it the Zoom button that I press to get off? Oh, no.
There's a video button. It usually says stop video.
Stop. Okay.
And it looks like you were successful. There you go.
Okay. Well, there's some other picture of me, but anyways, you're stuck with me. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do.
That's all good. That's all good. It's great. Perfect. All right, team. So make sure you have a nice clear space to exercise in, nothing to step on or trip over. Super helpful to have a sturdy chair, nothing with wheels. And I also find it helpful to have either good sturdy shoes or bare feet to help prevent you from slipping. And then just remember, this is a recorded virtual class, which is really important, just about noise on your end. So if you get a phone call, someone comes into the room, or if people are talking in a room close by, you might think it's really quiet, but it's really not. And we don't want to be privy to your private conversation. So just please make sure you're on mute if there's noise, but please feel free to ask questions as we go along. All right, we're going to get just into our breathing pattern, because that's what this is all about, is can we maintain our breathing pattern as best we can while we slowly exercise harder and harder. So breathing in, fill up your belly, and then breathing out through pursed lips. And again, fill up the belly. Out through pursed lips. Breathe in. And out. And in. And out. Now maintain that pattern. So please continue breathing that exact same way. And we're now just going to start lifting up one foot. And whatever foot we're not lifting up is pushing down into the ground. So you can have your arms wherever is comfortable for you. Does not matter to me. But let's maintain our steady breathing, maybe even breathing out as we lift up a leg. And again, one leg lifts, the other leg presses down into the ground, and then we switch. So try to pattern the movement to your breathing. We're just starting to wake up our legs, get our glutes firing. Think about sitting up tall. Good. So really push into the ground with the one leg. And then switch. And again, we're maintaining our steady breathing pattern. Great work, everybody. We'll do once more per side. And last one here. All right, now we're gonna add in an arm movement. So we're actually still gonna lift up one knee, but now our opposite arm is going to reach up as we breathe in this time and breathe out as we bring everything down. And then we switch sides. So this time, breathe in as we reach up, lift a knee, still pushing down with our other leg, down and switch. Breathing in as you lift, out as you lower back down. Breathing in and out. Breathing in, really press down into the ground with your other leg. And out. We're going to do 3 more total. So 3. And 2. And last one. So again, you're going at your own pace, your own timing to your breath. And you can kind of shake out the legs, shake out the arms. Brilliant. Okay, now from here, I'm going to challenge you to have your arms open and think about trying to squeeze your shoulder blades together, like you're trying to pinch a pencil between your shoulder blades. So we're going to hold your arms out wide and step out with one foot, back, out with the other foot, and back, and then bring your arms across and then open up again. So again, we hold those shoulder blades tight, open, back, open, back, and then reset your arms. Quick little squeeze across and then open. So open a leg, back, other leg, back, quick hug, and open. So open, back, open, back, squeeze. Open, back, open, back, quick squeeze, and open. Open the leg, open the leg, close the arms. Good. So we're just waking up all those different muscles. With this position, the chest should be a little bit popped forward. There we go. Again, try to maintain your breathing pattern as best you can. We've got 2 more sequences here. Again, if you need to pull your elbows in slightly, that's all right. No problem there. You can extend your arms as far as you need. And close the arms and then shake it out. So we can actually just start swinging the arms forward and back together. Again, don't swing so far back that your shoulders round and your back rounds. Just up nice and tall and casually swinging. So now we're going to just slowly start to get the heart rate up. So again, everything is at your own pace. Listen to your body. We're just getting warmed up. So from here, we can step forward 1 foot, bring it back, and then switch feet. So we're just casually swinging our arms and stepping 1 foot forward at a time. There we go. Now remember to maintain your breathing pattern. Good. So 1 foot steps forward at a time. So we're going to slowly start working our heart rate up. All right. And our arms are going side to side. So side to side, still stepping forward 1 foot at a time. This takes a little bit more coordination than the first one. So just do the best that you can. Continue your steady breathing. Good work, team. So side to side, we keep our torsos up tall. So our backs are not twisting, just our arms move in that half circle, side to side. There we go. All right, now we're going to start stepping our feet out, out, in. So pretend your feet are inside a box. They step out and out of the box and then back in, into the box. So out of the box, into the box, out of the box, into the box. Good. We're going to keep up that stepping pattern, and our hands are going to go side to side like we're wiping off a countertop. So side to side. Good. As our feet step out, out, in, out, out, in, out, out, in. And we maintain our breathing. There we go, team. Great work. Excellent job. And we're going to change up the pattern by our arms reaching up in 3, 2, 1. You can reach both arms up at a time or one arm up at a time. So again, both arms, that's going to be more intensity. The higher up you reach your arms, the harder it will be. So find something that is challenging but doable for you. And again, we're getting those arms up overhead. So it is going to start getting harder and harder. And you've got to work even harder to maintain your breathing pattern. So continue breathing out through pursed lips. There we go, team. All right, we're going to change the pattern of our feet. Our feet are now going to cross over one another in 3, 2, 1. Our feet now cross, cross, step, cross, step, cross, step, cross, step. Good. And now instead of up overhead with the arms are going to just push out in front. Now remember, this is still warm up, so we don't want to be pushing the intensity yet. We're just gradually getting our heart rate up, gradually telling our body to increase our breathing so that we can start doing more and more intense exercise within our own range for what we've got today, our own capacities. There, so cross over the foot, push out the arms, cross the foot, push your arms. And maintain your breathing. Good job, everybody. Gonna go for just a couple more seconds here. And 3, 2, 1, rest. So here's a good time to remind you of your recovery position. Good work. Okay, so feel free to hold that recovery position as long as you need. It really does help you regain your breathing. And while we regain our breath, maybe grab a sip of water. I want to prepare you for what is coming up next. So next, we're really aiming to get our heart rates up. And what we're going to do is called interval training. And what that's going to look like today, a little bit different than what we've done in the past, is I'm going to ask you, remembering all the different ways to influence intensity. So remember, intensity can be influenced by the range of motion. So for example, reaching your arms out in front of you rather than going halfway. The number of limbs moving, so moving arm and leg is going to be harder than just moving the arms. And then we've got our speed. So of course, the faster you go, the more intense it is. And I'm going to ask you to go at a higher intensity for 30 seconds and then a lower intensity for 30 seconds. So what an example of that could look like is marching for 30 seconds and then lifting up one heel at a time for 30 seconds. So lower intensity, higher intensity. Maybe it's even something like lower intensity stepping, and then higher intensity, we're trying to step faster for 30 seconds. So really, it's really up to you what that looks like. Very adaptable. But we're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, low intensity to start. So again, you might copy what I'm doing. You might do something a little bit different and more appropriate for you. That's awesome. And again, the fluctuation between high and low doesn't have to be a huge difference, especially if you're feeling lower energy today. If you're struggling with your breathing at all, maybe it's just a brief little increases and decreases. Ready for high intensity? And go. Whatever high intensity looks like to you, let's see it. We'll go for 30 seconds. Goal is to get your heart rate increased compared to what it was. We're maintaining our breathing pattern. We've got 10 more seconds here. Do what you can. Whatever that looks like to you. You're not here to keep up with anybody. You're here for you. 3, 2, 1. Lower intensity. And this is where we prioritize getting our breathing under control. It can look however you need it to. And if you do just need your recovery position, please feel free to do that as well. We're going to bump it up again. 3, 2, 1. Higher intensity. Whatever that looks like to you. Maintain your breathing pattern. It's okay if you feel a bit out of breath. As long as you're not gasping, as long as you can still take in a full breath, not just a partial breath. 3, 2, 1. Slow it down. Good. Whatever that lower intensity looks like to you. We're going to do one more and then have a longer rest. So do what you can here. Make sure you don't feel dizzy or shaky or lightheaded. Make sure you feel like you're not gasping for air. 3, 2, 1. Higher intensity. Whatever that looks like to you. Keep up your breathing pattern, even if it's a bit shorter and sharper because you're breathing hard. We still just try to keep the pattern. 3, 2, 1, and lower intensity. So even though we are going to have a longer rest after this, but it is important, that little bit of movement can help our bodies bring back down our heart rate and get our breathing under control. So we are trying to finish off this low intensity interval, and then we're going to have a complete rest. 3, 2, and rest. So for some of you, rest might look like some really low intensity movement. That's okay. For a lot of you, might be in that recovery position and really just trying to get our breathing under control. So we're going to be like this for a minute. And then we had so much fun. We're going to do another round. How's everybody feeling so far? It's a great time to ask questions about the exercises so far. So if you've got any, please feel free to speak up. There we go. Good. So you should have felt like you were working harder and then working less hard, but still working. So you should have felt like there was some fluctuation in your intensity. And if you feel like there was, great job, some success. I felt like there wasn't enough difference. Maybe it all felt a bit too hard. Well, then we really need to reassess what the low intensity movement looks like and maybe decreasing the high intensity as well. Okay. So very similar setup, but this next round, we're going to start low intensity. I would just like to see some more side to side movement. So we're going to go ahead and start kind of low intensity here. So I'm just going to start casually tapping a foot out. Maybe you have your feet non-moving and you're just focused on moving one knee out to the side at a time. So whatever that low intensity looks like to you, you should have started. And we're going to start high intensity pretty quick here. And all I'm going to do is lift my arm with my leg in 3, 2, 1, and high intensity. Whatever that looks like to you. 30 seconds. Remember, more limbs moving at a time is harder. So maybe we get both arms going. Maybe we stick with just one at a time. 3, 2, 1, and rest. So anything that's kind of side to side, low intensity, whatever that looks like to you. Maybe it's across the body. Maybe it's just pulling the knees apart. Okay. Maybe it is continuing to step, just slower. Prioritize your breathing pattern. You're feeling pretty good. 3, 2, 1. Then you can go high intensity. That's it, team. I'm seeing some creative movement here. Well done. Do what you can. This is your exercise class, your time for you. Do what you can. 3, 2, 1, and lower intensity. Again, can we prioritize our breathing pattern? Really focus on those deeper, steady breaths. We don't want you to get those air pockets kind of trapped in your lungs. Again, that's where you feel like you're only taking a partial breath or really gasping. So make sure you get your breathing under control before you change intensities. But if you're feeling really good, we're going to go high intensity again in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Great job, team. Go, go, go. Keep up your breathing pattern. 3, 2, 1, rest. So now low intensity, whatever that looks like to you. Remember, prioritize getting your breathing under control. Now, was that 2 side-to-side movements or was that 3? Is that 2 rounds or 3 rounds? All right, well, I think it was 3. So there was our low intensity. Now we're gonna have a full rest for a minute. And again, tell me how you're feeling. You give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. Ask any questions that you might have. I'm seeing a kind of, I'm okay. So again, you might need that breathing or that recovery position, sorry. Really focus on getting that breathing under control. Well done, everybody. So we are going to do one last round. Uh-oh. And again, this is your exercise class. You are in control of your intensity and your movement. So set yourself up for success. Make it challenging, but doable. And this time, I would like to see some sort of behind or backwards movement. So what that might look like is the arms going back and then coming up. Just being cautious that as we straighten the arms and go a little ways behind us, we're not getting any sort of movement through our backs. Okay, so don't think about trying to go as far back as you can, because I don't want your shoulder to round. Okay. And we can even step our foot back underneath our chair a little ways as well. So we're going to start our low intensity movement in 3, 2, 1. So we're starting off at that low intensity. And low intensity, maybe we're even just making figure eights. Okay. Again, set yourself up for success. The low intensity is just, can you get in some sort of movement? But this is what my high intensity movement will look like, some sort of backwards movement. Okay, and we're going to start that in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So higher intensity here, whatever that looks like to you. Can we get our heart rate up even just a little bit? Can we get ourselves breathing a little bit harder? That's it, team. Do what you can. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and low intensity. Whatever that looks like to you. But your priority is getting your breathing under control. Great job, team. 3, 2, 1. High intensity. So do what you can. Maintain your breathing. Almost there. Keep breathing out through pursed lips. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Good. Maybe you just need your recovery position here. Okay. Get your breathing under control. We've got one last higher intensity burst before we have another longer rest, and then we change gears. Okay. So last burst in 3, 2, 1, and high intensity. So do what you can here, team. The intent is just as important as the movement, probably even more important. So put as much purpose and intent into your movements as you can. Three, 2, 1, and low intensity. Good work. Well done, everybody. So we're just finishing off our low intensity movement, then we'll have a longer rest. During that rest, I actually noticed we might have a question in the chat, so I'll quickly check that out. You can fully rest here. We'll have a nice long minute. Get our breathing under control before we work on some strength. Let's make sure I haven't missed a question from any of you. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Nope, someone just had to leave early and was letting me know. Perfect. Okay. So again, nice long rest. Maybe we're in that recovery position. Priority is getting our breathing under control, maybe grabbing a sip of water. Does anyone have any questions before we shift into our strength work? No questions. There we go. You are all feeling either well-informed today, or out of breath, or shy, or all of the above. All right.
Must be shy.
Must be feeling shy today.
Must be.
That's okay. That's okay. But not Werner. Feeling upbeat. Okay, team. We're going to transition into some strength work. So for our strength work, we're going to slow it down and really focus less now. We're not worried about our heart rate getting up and our breathing rate getting up. That we're not, focus isn't challenging those. The focus is now challenging our muscles to feel fatigued. So everything is slower and controlled. We are going to start with sit to stands, but I would, yeah, a couple of you aren't happy about that. But I am going to challenge you to make it even harder and hold a weight. And if you typically hold a weight, I would like you to either add in a second weight if you have it, or a slightly heavier weight. That is my challenge to you. And if you normally stay seated and push your feet into the ground to fire up those leg muscles, awesome. Today, I would like to challenge you to either just get out of your seat and get back down, or to almost get out of your seat. So just push a little harder today. Now we're going to go for a minute at your own pace. Okay. And by your own pace, I mean slower than what you would like to do. So get your weight ready, whether you're staying seated and pushing your feet down, or we are standing all the way up. And I'd like you to really go slow. Should take about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 seconds down, and then again up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So this gruesomely slow pace up and down. And if you're staying seated and pushing your feet into the ground, you're pushing your feet and holding for 5 seconds. Good work, everybody. So slow with a lot of effort into each movement. Down, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. You never thought you could sit down so slowly. There we go. Well done. Only got a couple seconds left to that minute. And I'm going to just sneak in one extra, just to make sure we're having fun. Woo! Well done, team. So you can go ahead and put your weights to the side. Very well done. Oh boy. So now I'd like you to grab your stretchy band. And this is a really good time to quickly just look over it for any nicks or tears or holes. I like to pull my band apart and look for any thinning. So you'll notice if you pull, I've actually got a spot here. I don't think you can see it, but there's a spot where it thins out more than the rest of the band. So that's an area where it could more easily break. Okay. So it's always good to have just a look over your equipment. And what we're going to do here is just have our band under our feet. Good. And I'd like you to tighten it up a little bit more than what you're used to. We're going to have our feet just out in front of us, toes pointed up. And then we're going to lean forward with a tall torso, so we're not slouched. We get up, but just lean through the hips. We're holding quite low on the band. And then from here, we're going to pull, hold, back down. So getting yourself leaning forward a little bit really does create a more challenging angle of resistance for your muscles against the band. So it can increase the amount of fun we're having. So pull and down, nice and slow. Pull and down. Pull and down. Pull and down. Pull down. Pull down. Good. We got 4 more like this. So try to keep at that angle. If your lower back's getting a little bit sore, you can come up a little bit taller. Okay, it does get a bit fatigued in that leaning forward position. 3, pull, 2, and pull, 1. Down and rest. Good. Nice work, team. So from here, we're going to put the band under just 1 foot. And you're going to hold the band. And from here, the band, you're going to curl it and down. Make sure it doesn't feel like you're straining. And your other hand is going to press up. So we've got 2 exercises at the same time. So once again, Our banded hand curls and our weighted hand presses. And then down and down. Curl, up, down, down. Curl, up, down, down. Curl, up, down, down. Curl, up, down, down. 3 more. Curl, up, down, down. Curl, up, down, down. Last one. Curl, up, down, down. Okay, switch sides. All right, ready team, curl and up, down and down. Curl, up, down, 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 down. 3 more. Curl, up, down, down. Curl, up, down, down. Last one. Curl, up, down, down. Okay. Keep the band, because now we're going to go in reverse. Put the weight to the side. So that means a bit of a pyramid where we did sit to stands, then row, then we did the combo movement on each side. Now it's time to work our way back down to rows and then to sit to stand. So again, the band is going underneath both feet. Try to have your toes pointed up to the ceiling. If you can, we're going to lean forward. Make this one challenging for yourself. And we're going to slowly pull. And then bring it back. And pull. And back. And pull. And back. And pull. And back. Pull. Back. Pull. Back. Pull. Back. And 5. 4. 3. 2. And last one. All right, rest there. Take the band from underneath your feet, put it to the side. You can wiggle out your fingers, roll out your wrists, right? Holding onto that band can be tiresome. And we will need your weight. Remember, my challenge to you was to either have your second weight as well, or a heavier weight if you can, or challenge your range. Okay, remember there's different ways to make it harder for yourself. All right, so when you feel ready, if you're not quite ready, you can keep resting and join us when you do feel ready. Either starting seated and just push your feet into the ground, maybe challenge yourself. How close can you get to getting your bum out of the chair before you relax? Okay, and how slowly can we stand up? Perfect. And then we're sitting down super slow as well. So up. Really push your feet into the ground as you come up. Try to get everything working together as a team. Good. Then down really slow and under control. And up. And down. Aim for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done, team. We're almost there. Slow and controlled. And last one, if you can, we'll sneak in a bonus here. There we go. And rest. Woo! All right, team, you did it. Perfect, perfect. So after a lot of muscular effort, right, it looked like a lot of you were putting in a ton of intent and purpose in that movement. I'd like to invite you just to gently move. We kind of say walk it off, but wherever that looks like to you, maybe it's just lifting up the heels and kind of gently swinging the arms. Maybe it's actually stepping forwards and back. But let's just do some low intensity movement for a minute. And that can just help our muscles recover from all that work. So get into your breathing pattern and just gently move. Whatever that looks like to you. All right, you can rest there. And we're going to move on into our stretching because it is stretch time. Look how fast that went by. Remember, I'll just ask us to change when it's ready to change. But other than that, have at it with all of your questions. This is the perfect time to chat and connect with each other. Okay. But let's just start with pulling the elbow up, pressing it back, however feels most comfortable for you.
I got 40 Allen block. Anybody want to help me?
You have a what?
40 Allen blocks. I got to lay.
Oh, geez.
A wall fell over. Well, partially fell over.
Oh, boy. And you still came to exercise class.
I got 36 of them in this morning. So.
There you go. That's awesome. Yeah, you got another workout cut out for you. Switch arms. Well, I would help, but I think we live quite far apart.
Only an hour drive.
Really?
You're in Kelowna, yeah. An
Yeah.
hour and a half.
Ah, okay. There you go. Are you north or south?
I'm north, up in Shuswap Lakes, up in
Yeah.
Blind Bay.
There you go. Brilliant. And switch arms. We're going to press one up, press one down. How did everyone feel about the exercise today?
Oh, they're good.
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 Oh, there we go. So some positive responses. Did anyone not enjoy them today?
It's always hard, but.
You were hoping for a great, weren't you?
Oh, I knew what you meant. Switch arms. Yeah, it was a tough setup today.
Good.
My
Does
muscles are burning from Tuesday. Especially
Uh-oh.
my legs from the sit to stand or stand to sit or whatever it is. Holy.
Yeah, and today with making you do it so slowly too. Whew. That's right. I forgot I worked you hard on Tuesday as well.
It's good. It's good for me. I just,
So
yeah,
mean.
it was
How
hard
do
today
you put
because
up?
of that.
Yeah, there we go.
It's nice to be able to do it though.
That's right.
Oh, absolutely. Let's stretch that leg out, reach towards your toes. And that's the feeling I always want you leaving class with, the feeling of, wow, I did that,
Hmm.
right? It's tough, but sometimes we have to remember that it is what's called type 2 fun,
Okay.
right? Type 1 fun is it's fun in the moment,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's right away. Let's say you're playing a game or you're watching your favorite sport, right? You're right in the moment. It's a lot of fun. But then there's type 2 fun where it's not always joyfully fun to do in the moment, but upon reflection, you're glad you did it.
Mm-hmm.
And some of those after effects, right? You get a little bit of endorphin boost. Some of you find that you can breathe a little bit easier, switch legs after exercise, all that kind of stuff. Those of you with high blood pressure, right? Your body naturally lowers your blood pressure. You raise it with exercise and then it lowers it again and it can bring you back to good normal levels. There's all these benefits. But yeah, sometimes in the moment you have to remind yourself, I'll be glad afterwards. Once it's done, I'll be glad I did it. I
Jill, the
sometimes have
next
to
thing-
tell that to myself while hiking.
Jill, the next set of classes, and I wonder if I should register because I golf pretty much every Tuesday, you know?
Yeah,
And I'd missed Tuesday, I could get it online, but should I register for the Thursday, you know, just sign up anyway?
absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah. You can put your leg up to your shin or up onto your thigh. There's there is zero harm in signing up. It's free. There's no limit to how many people can register. It's not like you're taking up anybody's spot.
okay.
You still get the exercise class on Thursdays. So whenever you guys can make it. And it's a little bit of a commitment. It's something to either look forward to or to help you stay on track. Keeps you in a routine. You get to see some familiar faces, mostly just mine, unfortunately for you, but there's
That's
all
always
these, there's
happens.
only benefits to registering, even if you can only make it once in a while, right?
Yeah, we see that
It's really
happen.
easy to forget about things when it's not happening, right? Let's go ahead and switch legs.
You know, I think I've golfed 10 years on Tuesdays, so the same group, the four of us go, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Good. And exercise on Thursday can only help better you for your Tuesday golf. There we go. Do we have a couple golfers in the crew?
Yeah, there's 4 of us that go we have for, and for, I imagine 10 years now. And, you know, so it's kind of nice, you know, so yeah.
Oh, it's perfect. And what a great tradition
Yeah.
to have with your friends.
I'm supposed to be out golfing right now, but I thought, no, I better do my exercise.
Hey, there you go, Werner.
That's why I was feeling guilty not exercising. But
Yeah.
like we go to Chase on Wednesday, there's about 16 of us. And,
Oh,
and we
wow.
go Wednesdays, and we just walk 9 holes and then have a burger and a beer, they say. So
Oh, brilliant. Rest your leg there, drop a leg back behind you. Yeah, it's wonderful to have a group activity. The thing I
good
miss
one.
most about group sports, team sports.
Mhm.
Do you have any special exercises for carrying suitcases?
Yes. I think
Real.
it was last week that we worked on our suitcase squats.
Okay.
So anything, the hardest part about a suitcase, you can go ahead and switch legs, is that the weight is typically on one side, right? So our bodies get pulled over, and it's a tough core challenge. So the best thing to prepare it, remember, we always talk about making things challenging but doable and progressing. So starting in advance, you know, you've got a suitcase coming up, even getting a bag and filling it with whatever is a challenging but doable weight.
Okay.
So just think of like a bag of groceries. You could put your dumbbells in a bag and just carry it on one side.
Mhm.
And you just practice, either you can do a couple sit to stands, you can walk a lap, you can walk up a couple stairs or your whole staircase.
Okay.
But make sure it's challenging and you feel like it's pulling you over, but you're able to stay upright, and practice it in both hands. Yeah, suitcases are just really big objects, but then they're also heavy, right? They're typically,
50 pounds.
depending on how big, but 20 to 50 pounds. How often do you walk around with that much weight? And how often do you lift that weight up?
Yeah.
Right? You
So
got to practice.
I think I might take a backpack.
There you go. And practice, maybe next exercise class, you have your empty backpack or your backpack with one water bottle. Which
Okay,
if
maybe
it's,
I'll start with a smaller pack.
yeah, there you go. But practice it. Let yourself feel super confident about doing something like that,
Mhm.
right? It's
I
great.
got a while to get ready, so.
Perfect. And the best sort of preparation happens right away.
Yeah.
There we go, Steph. All right, team, I'd like to invite you in taking a deep breath with me. You can put your hands wherever you would like, but we're going to breathe in. Slowly exhale. And shake it out. All right, make sure you give yourself a pat on the back, give yourself a high five. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful weekend, and I hope to see you all on Tuesday.
It's not golf, but